Healing in Heels podcast is a safe place to openly discuss, share, and explore areas in our lives where the full lifestyle of healing can reside. Join us as the Healing in Heels team opens the floor for real discussions and conversations about the things we think we know.
It's been a long time. We really shouldn't have left you on the mute because that's exactly what just happened. Yeah, y'all, we back. Hey. We miss y'all. I miss you. Talking to you, audience. I miss you. Okay, yeah.
It's before my time, but I had to
Listen, we miss y'all. What y'all been up to? I'm so glad y'all back. Yeah. And I'm so glad we're back.
Yes.
As usual, guys, nothing has changed. We are still healing in our heels because the journey just doesn't stop.
It does not.
Yeah, we've been going through over here in these corners. But have y'all been too? Because if it's just us, we need to have a conversation.
I come to Jesus meeting.
Yeah, because if it's just on my side of the street, I need to move.
It's definitely in Trustville as well.
Yeah. So we are going to be talking about restoration. So that is the new series. Y'all check it out down there. Y'all see it? Like, share, subscribe. We are on Facebook, on YouTube. We are so excited to be back. And we just want you guys to join us in this restoration series. So like, share, comment, engage with us so we can know what y'all talking about. Okay. So let's get it started. I saw this clip. Okay. And the clip really spoke to me because so many times we have people in our lives who are let's just call it what it is. They mean, right? And we know, like, you ain't mean for real. We know you got something going on. You know you got something going on, but you really ain't saying what it is. You need to be restored, right? So we're going to do this entire series on restoration. Now, don't ask me the really important question on how long we're going to do this series. We don't know. Okay. We're going to do it till the Lord says do something else. Okay. Till it's done. That's how long it's going to take. But today, we're going to start out with this clip. Yeah. Oh, back up. We might have people who don't know who we are, Brie.
Oh, is it really?
How don't you know who we are? Well, I'm going to reintroduce myself. I am Christina Pope, and I am the visionary for Healing in Heels Ministries. Wait. Woo! We got a new one, y'all. We got a new one. We are excited to have you. The entire Healing in Heels Ministries is designed around healing in the things that we think we know. So before you guys get turned off that it is for guys just because it says heels, we have a whole men's department too. So don't get nervous about that. Healing in heels just simply means healing in the hindrances that the enemy uses kind of to entrap our lives. So everybody got them. It's like another book body part we were talking about. Everybody got one. Okay. Everybody got one. Okay. And so we're going to heal in the very things that we think we know. So I am Christina, and this is
I'm Bree.
Hi, Bree.
Hello.
Two times. Yes. So Bree is doing Like a Flower for our young adult girls, and she has a ministry built for them, and she wants to teach you how to grow and develop and to be all God has called you to be, and not try to be somebody else, child. Just be yourself. All right. So with all the introductions out the way for all our new healers, yes, we love you. Welcome. We're gonna get started. So here's the video, y'all. Y'all ready? Roll that beautiful beat.
And I saw this woman walk up to the Starbucks counter, and she was getting coffees and stuff. She says, "Help!" I'm serious. And I said, "Oh, what's going on?" She said, "Help!" And I looked. It wasn't an emergency. She needed help with her coffees and croissants and banana nut bread. And she was yelling at her adult son. And he came up like, "Man." And then all of a sudden, he looks at his son like, "Get over here and help." Everybody's language was so aggressive. Everybody's language was so toxic. In other words, many of us need to be healed and don't even know it because we've made our dysfunction normal. We have a trail of blood behind us. We know you're not healed. How the way you talk reveals to us you're not healed. The way you talk to your spouse, the way you communicate with your children, even the way you talk about church. Yeah, I don't fool with people. I mean, I go to church, but them people know, don't fool with me. You think you're being exclusive when really you're exposing the fact that something happened to you that you never recovered from. My God, anytime you got up so many walls that nobody can get in, that's just a sign. You think you're acting bougie, but you're really showing us that there's a trail of blood around you. And if you don't get help, you're going to bleed out. I'm going to tell somebody, this is an intervention for somebody. If you don't get help, you're going to be walking around here dead. No friends, no relationships, no dreams, no visions.
Whew, that was a lot, ma'am.
Heavy,
First
heavy,
of all, we starting at the top, okay?
Heavy.
So he's in this coffee shop, and this person just starts screaming at their adult son. Hold up, clutch your pearls, because wait 1 minute. I love and respect my parents,
For sure.
however, why you got to be screaming and hollering help?
And in public.
Let's back up to help.
Help.
Because we scream and help for something that we could do for ourselves.
Or something that's not that.
It's
level
not
of
an emergency.
Yeah.
And so sometimes what happens is, because we really do need to be healed, we blow things out of proportion.
We most
And
definitely overdo
we
it.
overdo it. It's on 10 and you needed to be on 2. But when you're wounded, every little touch hurts.
And you're willing to inconvenience other people for the smallest of things.
You expected it.
She expected it.
Because you're my child,
Right.
you have to take on my pain.
Jesus.
Listen, first of all, we gotta take this one slow. We gotta take this one slow. Because girl, I just want to eat all this up.
All of it.
My problem number 1 is you scream and help like it's an emergency. And all you needed was somebody to help you carry a croissant and a coffee. Like, okay, so we over exaggerate everything.
For sure.
And we have people that we see do that.
Yep.
Like somebody says, "Oh, that's cute." What you mean that's cute? What was the pause?
Listen, why the pause?
Whoa! What like you can tell they're hurt.
For sure.
You can tell something it's definitely not the coffee and the croissant that's
It's
the
not.
problem.
It's
Right?
not.
And we have people that we see respond like that. And what's even more painful in this particular situation is the fact that she then burdened her adult son, who then burdened his son. So we have a generation, like he said in the video, there's a trail of blood. It ain't just my hurt,
It's
just my
running in your
pain.
blood.
Now we could really deal with the fact that it's possible that, there's some kind of backstory that we don't know, right? But just sticking to the main facts that are present. The problem is, ma'am, you got something else going on that ain't got nothing to do with this coffee nor
Come
this
on.
croissant.
And it's always going to be a backstory. But how are we presenting ourselves as the body out to outside people? Because this also happened in public.
Right.
Like, this a man.
Grown
This
man.
a grown man. And grown man with his son. And I know that you're his mother, but it's a grown man with his son, and you're talking to him in that way.
Right.
And so now he has to turn around and pass it on to his son, who's then gonna pass it on to somebody else. Like when does it stop? At some point, we have to understand, regardless of what's going on intrinsically or what's going on before this, we're still representatives.
Right.
We still got to do the work.
Now, can we also talk about, because we're going to take this slow. This is a series, guys. This is not the only part that we're going to discuss. There's definitely more to it. But this video encapsulated so many areas
For
of
sure.
restoration that I was like, we got to kick our episode off with this.
Yes.
Can we address the mama issue? There's a mama talking to her son. Crazy. And you caused this son to talk to his son crazy. So let's go Bible, right? Because that's what we do. So now you got Jacob and Esau, right? And you got his mama. Now everybody want to blame Rebecca because you got these boys, and here come the son. He done stole this birthright for, a container of soup. You done convinced Jacob to fool his daddy and all of these things, right? And everybody wants to blame the mom. Pause, because I had to research, Rebecca, because I felt like there had to be more to the story. Now we ain't defending Rebecca because listen, you're still wrong.
We're just acknowledging there's more to the story.
We're acknowledging that there's more to the story. And part of the story is Rebecca was a young mother herself with an older man who found her. The reason Rebecca ended up being the mother of Jacob and Esau was because he wanted to be married. So when he decided he wanted to be married, they told him, look, you're going to have to get married. He was like, all right, cool. So he was like, send a servant out to the field. I'm going to tell you how you going to know which one of these people is your wife, right? And whenever you ask her this particular question, if she responds this way, that's the one. Okay, well, basically, long story short, she goes down and she's doing her normal thing. She ain't bothering nobody. She ain't looking for nothing.
Come on.
But she's being tested and has no clue she's being tested.
My God.
Okay, so we got to acknowledge the fact that she ain't signed up.
She's not signed up for this.
She signed up for this. How many of you got some situations that you ended up in that ain't what you signed up for? You weren't volunteering for that. You just kind of ended up in the situation. All right, so fast forward. She gets married. She has these children, and they're twins, right? Because she's carrying them at the same time. They fighting in the womb.
In the womb, coming out.
They fighting in the womb, like they tussling in the womb. So before you start being so quick to accuse her of being such a bad mama, they had problems
before she
said a word to them, right? Some stuff is innate. Some stuff we got in us. We're born in sin. And some stuff just in us. Now, we can't blame mama for everything. Now, I ain't saying your mama didn't do it, okay? I ain't saying your dad didn't do it.
But at some point.
But some of that you. And we got to take responsibility for the things that are us, right? Because when we're talking about restoration and going back to what it is we were originally designed to do, a lot of times we have to get rid of stuff that we think we own. I'm just a quick mouth, and I just this and I just that, and that's just who I am. And all my folks are like that. Sometimes we take ownership just like we do with these heels. We take ownership of things that we never were designed to carry.
And on the other side of that, because when I was watching the video, both times I keyed in on when he talked about making your dysfunction normal. And on the other side, us in church, we'll be like, no, like when we don't want to be around people, like, no, we just have discernment. And so you have to be able to discern if it's discernment or if you're living in a dysfunction of distrust. Because a lot of the time it's like, oh, something happened to me, but you can't carry that into other people. It had nothing to do with them.
Facts.
And when you carry those things, like there's enough for you to carry anyway. But when you're carrying trauma and when you're carrying things and not giving them to God, like that's why he said cast your cares on him because he cares for you. When you carry those things, you're going to hurt someone else. Right. They say hurt people.
Right.
Hurt people, and those hurt people as well.
Right.
Which is what happened with mom to son and son to son. Like it's just a cycle. And it's like you can't always say, oh, I would rather not interact in order to just keep myself safe, because that also is an unhealed experience.
Exactly. And that is the reason that God has given this big mass call for a recall. It is past time for us to return back to the manufacturer. Have you ever driven your car and you see the little check engine light come on, right? Listen, no judgment. My check engine light on right
I know
now.
My car.
Okay, mine on right now. I took it to the shop and the people was like, "Ma'am, your check engine light on." And I'm like, "I see the button just like you see the button. Like I know it's on." I said, "But my car okay because it's still running.
Come on."
My car still drives me where I want to drive. It still look the same. It's still running. I ain't got no complaints about it. But the truth of the matter is my car is due for a recall. So I had to drive it to the proper location because not everybody everybody not capable of doing the recall.
Come on.
I have a Genesis and my car can't be serviced any place for a recall other than the manufacturer dealer. You can't take it to the Honda store. You can't take it to the Acura store. You can't take it to the BMW store. You have to take it back to the people who designed it.
So I want to, yes. I want to talk about when you just said your car was still running.
Yeah.
A lot of the times when we are still able to function, are still able to do, are still able to produce, we feel like, well, it must not be that bad. I was actually talking to Christina earlier about this earlier last week when I was reading Numbers and how Moses had anger issues,
Mhm.
and we he really had them because, like, if you go back, he killed somebody back in the day.
That part.
Like he and it's just like it was in him. And those things, but he was still able to be used. He was still able to do. He was still able to go. He was still called by God. But it got to the point that he was with them same dusty folks that God assigned to him. And at some point, he went from being an intercessor. He always, God, please don't kill these folks, because then they're gonna say that you're not good. But they were like, Moses should just let us die. And it got to the point that Moses got annoyed.
Mhm.
And he's like, I'm tired of y'all. And God told, because they needed some water, and God told him to speak to the rock,
Mhm.
to speak to the rock, and then water would be produced. He had hit the rock before, but that's not what God told him to
That
do at that
part.
time. And so, but the people complaining, people yapping, and Moses, with his anger issues and his intrinsic trauma, he struck the rock instead of hitting the rock. Mind you, water still came out.
Right. We
Water,
still produce
he
water.
still produced.
We still produce.
He still produced. God was like, I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish, but then as soon as you get to the corner, no promised land for you.
Uh-huh.
Because it's like you're still gonna produce. You're still gonna you're still gonna think that you're functioning, but that thing that you haven't given up to God, that thing that you're holding on to, like, God called me in ministry and he knew who I was. Yes, absolutely. But you hold on to that and you're gonna miss your promise. You're gonna only be able to look at it.
Right.
The problem, because the promise still has to come into fruition. God is not a liar, but that don't mean you got to be the person to lead them in
This
there.
part right here.
Like it's still gonna happen, but you on the silent. Now you got to die, and somebody else got to step into your place. Your dream and your vision has to be passed on to somebody else. Like David, like, yeah, I love the zeal that you have, but your son is gonna do it.
Yeah.
Like, because you can't always just say, well, God did call you. He knew you. He knew you before you formed your mother's womb, but that doesn't mean he doesn't expect change.
Right. And I think that's what the conference is about. What conference you say?
What conference?
I got you. Hold, please.
Thought you never asked.
All right, Restoration 2026. Healing in Hills is going down. Now, don't ask me what that 5 is about, because it was a typo, but y'all gonna be all right. April 25th, we are doing it at 1150 Hillcrest Road here in Adamsville, Alabama. It is going to be not only for the women, but as we saw in this particular clip, it's going to be for the men too. So we have a wonderful day planned for us. It's going to be food. You can bring the kids, you can bring your men, you can bring the women. We are all going to be restored, because just like in this video, restoration needs to take place in multiple areas for multiple reasons, and everybody gets affected when you're not restored. Everybody is affected when you're not healed, and if they're all affected when you're not healed, they need to be affected when you get healed.
Come on.
I can't stand a stingy person.
Come on.
Don't you come get yours and leave your whole family bloodline unprotected and unhealed and unrestored. That ain't cool. Bring your folks to the conference. How do you do that, you say? I got you. Hold on one second.
I'm glad you asked. You're so smart. Come on, you here too.
QR code right there. All you got to do, take your device out and scan the QR code. It takes you directly to the link, and you will be able to get your tickets there. We want to see you in the place.
Yes.
Why? Because restoration is needed. Everything going on in the world that we have today, it is evident that people, even in massive leadership places, are struggling with not being restored, and it's evident in the decisions that they're making.
For sure.
And it's affecting millions and billions of people's lives. And if you think that someone sitting in a colored house that is not colored, if you think that that is a bad thing, imagine what the problem is when the saints of the Most High God, who work for the kingdom of God, are sitting here unrestored. Imagine what we look like.
Come on.
We can talk about the world all day long, and we can say how bad that is, and all the decisions that they're making, and how they just don't make sense, and it looks like he got a problem, and we can go down and list all that. But the real question is, what about the saints?
Right.
Because the Bible said the judgment begins at the house of the Lord first. He ain't judging them first. He's judging the church first. So we need to be restored, and we need to return back to the manufacturer. So join us April the 25th. It's going to be at 1150 Hillcrest Road here in Adamsville, Alabama. Listen, the tickets are not expensive. You're going to have a great time. You're going to get a good meal. We have something for our guys with He Heals too. We have something for our ladies with Healing and Heals. And we have something even for our children. So nobody will be left behind. You have no excuses. We need the entire generation. Me and you, your mama, and your cousin too. Okay, come on down. With that being said, let's get back to this restoration topic, girl.
What also, while you were speaking, it made me think about when food is recalled. When a company like recall, I think meat is often recalled or something like that, and it's like you don't have to take it back to the store. You don't have to throw it away. You can still use it.
You can.
You can still make a meal out of that. It can still look how it's supposed to look. But the results are on you.
Right.
The goal for our job is to put it out there. Say restoration is available. Say, hey, we need it. Hey, we notice that this is something. I know my people who love me have to say that all the time. We notice that your mouth getting a little, you okay? Like you good? Like we noticed this. Maybe we need to cut you laughing because and the good thing about
just don't laugh and you won't know it's me.
The good thing about that though, what God is so good is that He will. When I tell you, we will have conversation. I'll be like, because God been with me for months. Okay, even if you think in the Bible, and it'll be the most simplest things, y'all. There was a part in the Bible where God was giving out the expectations, and He was like, if you have a boar and it's known for goring, right? If it's known for attacking people, but it just like you didn't know, like if you didn't know, then that you and your neighbor can have a conversation if something happens. But if it's known for boring and you don't do anything about it, and it kills your neighbors, whatever, then that's on you.
Yeah.
There are things that we know we have going on that have been put out there like, hey, this is a concern. And in the best ways. Like it don't even have to be somebody coming at you. It could be, oh, this is something that we've noticed. You're known for boring. When you're a little wild when it gets to it. And if we don't take that into consideration and give that to God, the stuff that happens after that, it's on us. And it doesn't just impact us. If we pass on it, impacts our family. Now they have that debt. Now our children have that debt. Now we all talk to each other ugly. Now we all carry that blood, and that's not the blood we're supposed to be known for anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. And two, like even like with taking the car in to get the recall. Now they sent the little recall notice, y'all. Like y'all, I think y'all have gotten them in the mail before, where it sends like this little card, and it says, you have a recall notice, right? And it tells you on there that if you have this particular VIN number or this particular year, make, model, whatever, that these are the things that need to be recalled. Now this is what's amazing to me.
Tell us more.
The recall is free. The recall free. You don't have to pay for a recall. And this is the other one.
Give us more.
My son bought a vehicle pre-owned by someone else. It's a 2014 Dodge Ram 1500, right? So he bought the vehicle from somebody else. But because it's now his vehicle, he got the recall notice. It's in his name. So he got the recall notice. And now he has the ability to go get that same recall that the original owner would have gotten. He has the ability to get that recall done for free too, because the recall is attached to the vehicle.
Yeah.
The maker is concerned about its product. It doesn't matter what it went through. It doesn't matter how many times it passed ownership, whether it went through divorce number 1, number 2, man number 1, baby daddy number 2, baby mama, whatever. What y'all call them? Situationships? Entanglement. But whatever. Like it doesn't matter what ownership you have been passed through. The recall is attached from the manufacturer to the product.
Right.
So it don't matter how much you go through. And it's free. But how many of y'all ignore the recall notice? I ignored the recall notice for months.
For months.
I'm talking about months. I'm talking about really knocking at the door of a year.
Ugh.
Okay, until
What happened?
my car started not cranking up when I got in and pushed the button.
Mm-mm.
It inconvenienced me because this is the thing. In order to have a recall complete, you have to take the car out of commission. You can't drive the car and get the recall done at the same time. It ain't a drive through like a car wash.
Right.
You cannot get your recall done. You cannot get restored while you're still in operation. They
Slow
had to
that
take
down.
my car out of operation. Now they gave me another one in the meantime so that I could still get what I needed done. But my car had to be taken out of operation for a free recall. Why do we avoid getting what is free to us?
We're used to something. We're used to a certain way. And I don't know if you might like your car better than you like any car they can give you.
I do.
You might be like, I'm used to driving this. This too small for me. This too cramped for me. I got all of these kids. I got all of these things to do. I got X, Y, Z. I have things associated with my car that I want to always have access to. And we think that giving that time, giving that effort, giving that space to God is like we don't count the cost in a way that shows that we really know who God is, who the manufacturer is. But I will say we also don't understand how much the manufacturer is depending on your representation.
Exactly.
Because like you said, it doesn't matter who's had that car. If they see Ford, they're associated with Ford.
Found on the road dead. No offense.
I don't. Okay, I got 100. So I was like, wait, okay, I'm good. But it does not matter. When they see that, they don't like when they see you, they don't just see you, they see the child of God, they see I'm a CH, they see your alumni ship for vacation Bible study, Bible school, they see all of that. So it's like God, you don't understand how much of an investment God has in that. So you think that the recall can wait. But the recall can't wait.
Yeah, and this was the other thing that really, really blew my mind. It wasn't convenient for me.
Come on.
We're going to talk about this because y'all need to come to this conference.
It wasn't convenient.
It was not convenient for me to get the recall done. Although the recall was free, nobody could tell me how long it was going to take.
Come on.
Nobody could tell me exactly how many people it was going to take. All they said was, ma'am, the manufacturer has issued this recall for your vehicle and you need to bring it in. And it wasn't until the inconvenience of doing the work to be restored was outweighed by the inconvenience of my car not cranking up that I decided, oh, I need to go hurry up and get the recall done.
It's because of this recall.
Listen, and it was like, okay, Christina, speaking spiritually, do you really want me to pull a Samson on you where you think you finna get up and move like you did before and ain't nothing happened? Do you really want to get up one morning and push your start button to do what you always do and don't nothing happen? Or would you just rather take the drive up to Huntsville and get the free recall done? Or in this case, take the drive down to Adamsville, Alabama on April the 25th and get your free recall done. Now, your ticket ain't free, but the restoration is. Okay? Yes. So you need to get your tickets for not only yourself. Don't be stingy. Get them for yourself and your family. And y'all come on out and get restored, because the crazy thing with the recall was there were people who were specialized in doing exactly what needed to be done to restore my car. Not just anybody could do it. I took it to the manufacturer's dealer, and they were the only people. It had to be a master tech that could only touch my car for this recall.
Can I say that that's also something that we have to be considerate of or conscious of, that you said you had to drive to Huntsville. Huntsville's not up the street.
Right.
But Johnny up the street.
Yeah.
Like
but you'll do that.
Listen.
You will ride up there for that.
Exactly. Heavy on. Okay. Never mind. But it's so easy to find people along the way that can do similar things, quote unquote, to this what the recall will do for you for free. And so it's like, oh, I don't have to go to the manufacturer. I can just go to XYZ. Right. And it's like, no, there are people who specialize in this particular area, and there's somebody who was waiting specific. Like, not only do they specialize in it, but they reached out to you.
And we reaching out to you.
They reached out to you, and so they
Yeah.
are already waiting with what you need.
We waiting.
You don't know what. Respectful to everybody with the car company or mechanic shop. We don't know that they will. There's a lot of times where I go places because they're less expensive, or they're on the way to work, but they don't have what I need.
Right.
And then you end up waiting a longer time. And then if you get those things, the manufacturer's hands are off at that point.
Because we can talk about it.
Their hands are off.
Yeah.
Once you do your own thing, that's your bill. Every bill after that is yours. Everything after that, because like, oh, you did your own thing. You got it.
Mm-hmm.
It's within your power. That's not my bill, and it's also not it's not under my warranty anymore.
This part, because there are some things that I can take my car to, my Genesis to. I can take it to like a local, like 30-minute, 10-minute lube place or whatever, and get an oil change. And there's some places that I can do certain things to get refilled. So like if I'm having like a bad day and depression is trying to take me out or something like that, I can call a friend and say, hey, I'm not really feeling the best, whatever. And they may be able to talk me through it. They may be able to kind of lift my spirits again. I may be able to go to a hot church service and, the pastor really preaching and I feel better. I may be able to, go do some retail therapy or go to a psychiatrist or a therapist and get some of the stuff fixed. Some things I can get done at other locations.
Yeah.
But a recall is only done by the person who manufactured it. And the only person who manufactured us is God. Mm-hmm. So the only person that can accomplish this particular recall notice is God. The amazing thing is he has a warranty that covers it for you. So if you need restoration, you can get it for free. And you will not void your warranty. Because what those people told me at the dealership were, Christina, you cannot get the recall done. But anything that happens to any of these parts in your car, which is basically the whole car, we are no longer under warranty for it, which means every expense, like you said, from that point on is on you. Y'all don't let April 25th get here and then you take on the voided warranty because you just wouldn't come and get the restoration that you need. We are available to you. We have become, we ain't gonna call ourselves master technicians, but we've studied and we prepared and we are ready to take care of the recall and get you back to the manufacturer so that you can be completely restored. You, your mama, your cousin too. Okay? So come on down April 25th. Get your restoration for not only you, but for your entire bloodline. And don't be like that video that we saw earlier where this lady hollering at a grown man and now this grown man hollering at a little kid. First, can we talk about the imbalance of that?
Imbalance.
Because as a grown woman, as a mother, talking to your son that way does something to him. And then we get mad when our women end up with men who ain't men.
Come on.
I'm gonna tell you why they ain't men, because they mamas talk to them crazy. You talk to them like they was a dog and says you ain't gonna be nothing like your old daddy. Well, ma'am,
you picked him.
You part of the Red Sea for daddy.
My God.
And there we have it. So then don't I mean, daddy might not have been worth 2 cents. But daddy, you part of the Red Sea for him. So let's not give words of negativity to our sons or our daughters, daddies.
Our words definitely have power.
Definitely.
And it's I was in a class when I was in school, and it's like the voice that our words become the voice that our kids hear in their head. And so the things that we say to them are the things that they repeat over and over again. I know our sons are sponges. Every time like this came up the stairs, the power of God, with a toy. But it's because the things that we pour out are the things that they hold on to. And so what are we giving people to hold on to? Is when they interact with us. When the woman with the issue of blood, when she touched Jesus, she received healing. Yeah. When people touch us, what do they get from us?
Right. Yeah.
Because there's something there's going to be something that comes out of us.
Yeah.
Like Jesus' hope left my body.
Yeah.
What's leaving your body and going to other people when they touch you, when they come into contact with you? Because it should not be our blood, our struggle, our hurt, our trauma. We have those things, but we also have an opportunity to lay them at God's feet.
Yeah. And on top of that, too, Bree, it is really mind blowing to me that when we have an issue, we're so quick to claim the issue, but we won't be as quick to claim the healing for the issue.
We ain't done crying yet.
Yeah, listen, I knew the recall was there. They knew the recall was there, and they was just waiting on me. It didn't cost me nothing. And the recall took longer than expected. Because when I got there, I set the appointment early in the morning, y'all. I'm gonna go to Huntsville. We're gonna get this recall done. We're gonna head on back down the road. I'll be back home before dinner.
Not.
Because sometimes we like to put a limit or a time frame on how long our recovery is going to take.
Yeah.
But you have to entrust your recovery to somebody else. Some stuff you can't do at home just watching your YouTube pastor.
My God.
Some stuff you need to be in the building for. We love you. God knows we love the internet audience. We really do. But some stuff you need to be in the room for. Imagine if the woman with the issue of blood was waiting on, the YouTube special of Jesus to come through. She would have been messed up. Because you can't touch it.
To this day.
You can't touch it.
Please.
And we have that mindset that if things take longer than we think it should, then now I'm inconvenienced and I need to go. And so the guy just simply told me, hey, because I'm looking at the clock like, bro, you said, I got stuff to do. And he was like, but this is the crazy thing, Bree. He offered me a rental car when I first got there. He said, hey, do you want me to go ahead and put you in a rental? And I was like, nah, we good. We ain't gonna take but a few hours.
I remember the time.
No problem. So he was like, well, okay. So he didn't put me in a rental car, not because it wasn't available, not because it wasn't free.
And not because he didn't think you would need it, because he offered
He
it.
offered it. And I was like, no, we're fine. It's okay. So then I'm looking at the time. I'm like, I ain't finna sit here all day and just wait on this. He was like, I said, well, can I get the rental you offered? He said, yes. I'm so grateful. And I promise I want to run, but I'm gonna knock these cameras and lights over if I do, so I ain't gonna do it. But y'all, I'm so grateful that even if I rejected him,
It's still there.
it's still waiting on me. Even if I did ignore the recall notice, it was still there. Even if I turned down the rental car, it was still there waiting on me. And it didn't cost me anything other than time. Because I had to make time for the restoration.
Yeah.
If I had just kept going, and it was costing me money because, Bree, let me tell you what else I decided to do. Because clearly, what happened was Christina has an issue now because I'm not obeying the recall. By the way, in case you're just joining us, the Lord has issued a recall notice. April the 25th, 2026, we will be at 1150 Hillcrest Road for the annual Healing in Hills conference. And we are doing the entire theme around restoration. Men, women, girl, boy, bring them all. We are doing restoration from every generation all the way down. Okay. So with that being said, y'all, when I got ready to finally take the time to get this restoration done, I had to carve out the time and go up to Huntsville, and I had to release my car. Now my car got my personal belongings in it. It's got my children's belongings in it. It's got all kind of things that I like to hold on to in it. So when we got the rental car, the first one that they brought me was too small for all the people that I had. Now check this out. It wasn't too small for me.
Come on, a lot.
I actually looked at buying, it was a G70. I drive a G80, okay? So it was a G70, which is the smaller kind of coupe car. It wasn't too small for me because I actually looked at buying it when I bought my G80. But I had additional people attached to me. I had my mom, I had the kids, I had additional people attached to me.
You had plans for
I had plans for the day. So now I got people with me. And so now I don't need just enough to accommodate me. I need enough to accommodate what's attached to me. So he brought the car around and I said, hey, I'm sorry. That's not gonna work for us. Like, we got all these people. I got all of these people. I can't just take enough that's gonna fit me and leave them behind. Please understand, you can't afford to leave your people behind with this restoration conference. you cannot afford to leave them behind. If you're looking at dollar signs and cents and how much of your day is going to take, please hear me. You cannot afford to leave your people behind. Come somewhere where all your people have a space to be restored. Don't try to just come to a church service or something and just get enough for you. Make sure you cover all your people. Because the good thing is, when they gave me the vehicle and told me that it was going to take longer than before, he said, you know what? I said, well, I live in Birmingham. This is Huntsville. It's not like we stay around the corner. Right. He said, oh, that's fine. Take it home. Take it home.
And I will.
All right. Listen, now here we go. What they put us in was better than my car. They put us in a GV80, which is the larger SUV. I have a car. So I got to go home and ride in an upgraded vehicle while I was being restored. Can I tell you that the conference that you're about to come to is upgraded, baby? It is better than any conference that you have ever experienced. The food is better. The people is better. The love is better. The word is better. And I'm not going to be like the attorneys. We're not making a claim that anything that we do is better than any other. No, it is. Oh, it is. Because we have the power of the Most High God backing us, and we cannot wait to see you at 1150 Hillcrest Road, April the 25th. QR code
right there.
Get your tickets. I can't wait to see you there.
Get off my toes, Christina.
Listen, I'm sorry. They was on my toes too, right? Listen. Go ahead.
Oh no, that just threw me off. I'm sorry. Keep going. I lost my train of thought.
When you have a go for it.
Sorry. I wanted to say when we talk about restoration, it's scary because we know, like, restoration does not mean rewinding the time.
Right.
Like that time where Christina sat there and was like, no, we're just gonna wait. You don't get that time back. What you get, what restoration is it's God giving you the intended value.
Right.
It's God saying, oh, the car is supposed to run a certain way. You keep going, it's not going to run that certain way. And honestly, you might have gotten it and it wasn't running the way it was supposed to run in the first place. But God's restoration is the intended design for what we have for you. That's what we want. And so when you get it, when you bring your car in for the recall, it's not to say, oh, now God is going to turn back the time. He's going to restore the years that the locusts and the cankerworm. He's not going to
rewind the clock.
Yeah. He's not abracadabraing. He can do that. He can do that with your time. He can do that with the time that you have.
And it was good because even though we spent time there and even though we had to come back the next day, I really didn't miss anything that I was supposed to do. I didn't lack anything. We probably had a better time than we probably would have had. We just went up there and turned around and came back. We got to eat dinner, even though the dinner was trash. We got good fellowship. I got to see my son.
Yes,
yay, my chocolate man. Hey, Kim, I love you. But yeah, I got to see my son because he goes to school. And I got to ride in the SUV and I got to press the gas.
I'm so weird.
Because I like pressing the gas. But it really gave me the opportunity to experience something with people that I would not have ordinarily been able to do it with. And when I went back up to pick up my car, I got to see my bestie, Kim Allen. It gave me the ability to be exposed to people and places and things that because of my busy schedule, I would not have been able to do. And that's another thing that happens at our conferences. It's not just that you come and you get restored, but you're able to link up and come in contact and experience something that you wouldn't ordinarily experience with people that you wouldn't ordinarily experience it with. And you get new ideas, you get new connections, you get new networks, you get new people to pray with you and to pray for and to enjoy life with. And so this little inconvenience that I thought, this little recall was much more of a bigger assignment than just me getting my car fixed.
Because I was going to say, what's the cost of you staying in commission? The cost of you staying on your wheel, the cost of you staying busy and producing, but not producing what you're intended to produce. Because those that time with your family, priceless. That time with your friends, like your friend Kim, I know you don't get to see her often. It's priceless. And so you can still be producing, you can still be on a hamster wheel and doing all of these things. Your car can very well keep you here, but your call is not always just here.
Yeah, yeah,
Your purpose is not always just here. And so you have to be willing to be inconvenienced,
yeah.
to be off of the routine, to come to the conference in April, and to pause and to say, I'm taking this day to be out of commission.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking this day to be intentional about my future. Because I can't keep driving this car and get mad when it doesn't crank anymore.
Yeah.
The future is that the car is eventually going to fall apart. It's eventually going to need. And if I have extended myself beyond where even the manufacturer is telling me you need to stop, and if I'm going beyond that, then that's on us.
And then I cost my mama some money.
My
Hey,
God.
Ma, I love you.
Yeah,
I cost my mama some money. Let me tell y'all, because my mother was like, you can't be riding with my grandchildren and that car keep cutting off like that. Absolutely not. What you gonna need to do? Because literally, y'all, I was having to jump the car off
every time. Oh, I remember that now.
I was literally having to jump the car off every time I stopped. Like if I stopped, I had to jump the car off.
Can I say? Then you have like a box of
yes, my mama had to buy the box.
Can I say that we will fund our dysfunction?
Come on.
Because I was like, wait, I remember that, and I didn't know that's what that was.
Yes.
But can I say how much we will, instead of actually doing what we need, want to upgrade? Yes. Can I say that we will purchase things to fund to keep
us in dysfunction,
to keep us in the loop, just because we're like, oh, we can't afford to miss a day. But let that car go down. You'll miss more than a day. You're gonna miss a day, a check, some time, like some peace. Like all of these things are at stake, and you over here like, oh no, I don't need that free recall. I need this box.
Right. And now I got an artificial version of what I really need.
Not just artificial, a temporary.
Yes.
Because again, that thing it's just like a weed or sorry, crack. I've never experienced those things, but yes, we'll go us. But it's just like those things. You're gonna need a little bit more of a jump every time. Every time you go back, it's like, oh, that was cool last time. That little one night stand was cool last time, but now I need more.
Right.
Instead of going to the manufacturer and say, okay, I know I got the letter. That was right. Instead of that, like, no, I think I just need a little bit of this. I think I just need a little bit of that. I think this will hold me over. We can't be held. What you have, and we talked about this in Bible study a couple of weeks ago. What you have can't be held over. It's too valuable for you to keep on putting it off. Not just what you have, what you carry. Your kids are in that car.
Yeah.
What you're carrying cannot afford. You can't afford to be on the side of the road with that.
This is the crazy thing, Bree. People knew that something was wrong with my car, right? And my pastor looked at me and was like, hey, when you gonna get that fixed? Because I'm tired of seeing you out here at night jumping in car. Like, will you? Like, the people who love me was looking at me like, now, Christine. And this is the crazy thing. My car is a nice car. I drive a Genesis. Like, I ain't driving Humpty Dumpty. I drive a nice car. And I wasn't taking, it's valuable. I wasn't taking the proper care of it. And I end up having to substitute using a lowercase G-O-D to fix what capital G-O-D should have been fixing. Because sometimes that's what we do. We'll take, like you said, an imposter, a substitute, and we'll put that into place because we'll tide it over, but we got to do work for that. Because, yeah, you might get the booty call or whatever, and that one night stand, a little flip over, whatever it is for you, might get you there. But guess what? He gonna want to text tomorrow, you ain't gonna want to fool with him. He gonna want to call tomorrow, you ain't gonna want to deal with it. He gonna want to go somewhere, you ain't gonna want to feel like, because now you done got what you needed out of it, but he still need to be recharged to do it again. Listen, that's not just he, that means she too, back and forth. Either way, but it didn't just cost me something because I wasn't being recalled. It cost the people who love me something because they're watching me and knowing something is wrong, and they know they don't have the capability to fix it, and they're doing everything they can to help me along, but they know that what I need is only one place to go and get it. And they're looking at me like, to be so smart with something so amazing, why are you doing something so stupid?
And you have to be, the recall notice is in your name.
Yeah.
You have to be the one that finally says, I'm going to take this.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this step. I know that this is true about me. This is true about my car. I've seen it for my own. I've seen it with my own eyes.
Seen it with my own
I see it with my own life. And you have to be the one to, because like as much as Pastor love us,
Yeah. Oh,
he love us.
He loves us.
You gotta be the one. We grown.
Yeah.
We grown.
Yeah.
And we know what it is. We have to be willing to take that step.
Yeah.
We know we need restoration.
Yeah.
We know we can sing all the time. Everything attached to me when, but everything attached to you do whatever you
Lose
doing.
too.
Whatever you doing. Everything attached to you bleed.
Yeah.
Everything attached to you hurt. And it's like we don't want that. We don't want to continue a cycle.
Yeah.
We got too much, we carrying too much. We got too much in the car with us for us to be on the side of the road.
Yeah, I 1000% agree. Bree, we have really got the people where we need to be. But this is what I want to make sure you guys know. The QR code
right there.
Right here. Just scan it. All right. Listen, take the time out to come down to Adamsville, Alabama, 1150 Hillcrest Road. We're doing the Restoration 2026 conference. And listen, it is not just for me. It's not just for you. It's for everyone you know, no matter what age they are. We have a space for them. And please understand, it won't just be some babysitting service and we just kind of keeping the kids around. Everybody needs restoration because whether you like it or not, you've bled on somebody.
For sure.
And it could be your children, your grandchildren, and you could have just been passing on the blood that you got from somebody who's no longer here. We're going to be dealing with being restored from things when there's missing parts. Like, for example, if it's a person who's no longer on the earth anymore, they've deceased, or if it's a relationship that you no longer have, if it's a job that you got fired from, like whatever the missing pieces are, you still need to be restored, even though you don't have all of those pieces. You may never get the I'm sorry. You may never get the apology that you want. You may never get the vindication at the job that you need, but you can still be restored even with missing pieces. And for those of you who have generational situations, like in the video where the mom was talking to the grown son and the son's talking to the son, there could be some generational things that's been passed down to you that we need restoration for. It would be a shame for you to get the restoration and not let the generations before and after you get. And then there could be a situation to where you are a child and there have been things that really haven't affected you yet. Right. We want to make sure that you are completely restored to your original version too, because once you come into this earth, there's iPads and there's YouTube and there's TikTok and there's Instagram. And so just because your parents didn't do it to you doesn't mean that you don't need restoration and a factory reset too. Because some things that we expose our children to, they're exposed to those devices as early as birth sometimes. TV and things like that. There's all kind of things that can affect your operational status. And we want to invite you down to the Restoration 2026 Healing and Heals Conference. Come one, come all. And until we come back next week with the next podcast, we want you guys to continue to heal in your heels, because the struggle is real, but the strut is too. So we love you. We will see you on next week. Same time, same place. Peace.
Bye.